Observancy camera, I can already tell you're trying to start a competition. Okay, it's only Wednesday. Slow your horses now. 6 o'clock on the dot, looking off at I-10 at the Claiborne flyover. And as you can see, volume slowly starting to pick up, but no real slowdowns, congestion, delays, or crashes to report for you so far on this Wednesday morning. Looking at the high-rise bridge again, as you can see, pink in the sky, that sun is starting to come up. Those headlights, that's I-10 westbound, the volume definitely starting to pick up there, but still matches the map, green light. 65 miles an hour to get folks across the westbound side of the high-rise bridge. Looking at the NO Metro, I-10 at Williams, I-610 at Canal Boulevard, cams still match the maps. Light volume, no crashes, no congestion, no delays. That will likely change when we're in that prime time hour of commuting around 7 a.m. Up on the North Shore, I-12 at I-55 interchange, I-12 west of Highway 11, Hammond to Slidell on I-12, you all have the green light, and that matches with our drive times as well. Everybody has the green light to go ahead and get on the road right now at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. And from the top of the bridge, Raven, this is what I meant. It's no competition, but I am cooking. This is a really beautiful shot at 6 o'clock. And of course, I'll have much more you need to know before you go, so make sure you stick with us right here on WDSU.
Thank you, Brandi B.
6:19 on this hump day morning. We're halfway through the work week. Let's lock in. And I do have one problem spot to report for you. It was in the middle of the center lane on I-610 westbound, right where I-10-610 split. But now they've moved it off to the far right shoulder. This is the I-10 at Aris Avenue camera. I love that camera because that's my husband's name. But when I look at it, like I said, they're not in the lane of travel anymore. They're on the far right shoulder. And it looks like DOTD is there to assist those folks. Very, very light congestion and backups as a result of that one. So let's look at the rest of the NO Metro. This is I-10 at Williams, I-610 at Canal. Other than that crash there right at the split on the westbound side, everything else is free and clear. I do see a blue light over here at Williams on the far right shoulder, but I don't think that's impacting anything. The volume is certainly starting to pick up in both of those areas. You need to be prepared to start getting out that door in the next few minutes. Looking at the Bonnie Carey Spillway, mile marker 210, mile marker 218, things are flowing. I'm seeing a big increase in volume, 65 miles an hour on the eastbound side to get you from LaPlace to Kenner. And then looking up at the North Shore, flying up to the North Shore. This is I-12 at US 190 interchange, also seeing the volume pick up there. Everybody's starting to wake up. US 190 green light, I-12 green light, drive times green light. Absolutely looks fantastic out there. Then looking off at the spillway, oh, I didn't move my bar so you can see the beautiful sunrise, but things look good on the spillway. They look good out there on the interstate systems. And of course, I'm keeping a close eye on everything, and I'll have more you need to know before you go. So stick with us here on WDSU.
You know, Brandi B, you know they also call the Aris cam too, right?
What?
The King cam.
Womp, womp, womp.
Current time is 6:21.
We are approaching that prime time hour of commuting, so get ready for it. But this is I-10 westbound at Aris Avenue camera. So this is just past the I-10-610 merge on the westbound side. And as you can see, a very active scene on that far right shoulder. I do believe there may be an injury because EMS pulled up just a few minutes ago. Now, they're not in the lane of travel, so they're not really impacting the roadway. As you can see, tiny bit of congestion. I would say minimal congestion as a result of this, but you definitely want to give those folks some room to work. Move on over to the left of your highway. Looking at the NO Metro, I-10 at Williams, I-610 at Canal Boulevard. Not sure what that officer is doing on the far right shoulder, but again, not in the lane of travel, so not really impacting anything. As you can see, Williams still looks good. It'll likely start to see some backups in the next 30, 40 minutes or so. Looking at the high-rise bridge right now, beautiful start to the day there, but as you can see, still has the green light, 65 miles an hour to get you over the top of the high-rise bridge on the westbound side so far this morning. Drive times, fantastic. Everybody still has the green light. Could be the last time we see the green light. This is the Claiborne flyover, and this is what I mean. You can see here they're starting to see an increase in volume and a slight slowdown. If something major happens, of course, I'll be the first to let you know before you go, so stick with us right here on WDSU.
Brandi B, appreciate you.
6:48, that ain't no problem. We're looking forward to the weekend, and it's festival season. I still have this problem spot, y'all, on the far right shoulder, 10 westbound. This is just past the 10-610 merge, so just make sure you're prepared. As you can see, they're on the shoulder. They're not in the lane of travel, but I wanted to show it to you on the map. Literally no congestion being collected on the map, but like I said, the far right shoulder at the 10-610 merge on I-10 westbound. Make sure you're prepared to see those flashing lights there. Looking at the Claiborne flyover, as you can see, the volume is picking up, and you see that yellow on the map. They're slowing down just a bit as the volume starts to increase. Still 35 miles an hour to get you towards the Pontchartrain Expressway if you're headed towards the West Bank or the CBD. Then looking at the NO Metro, this is I-10 at Williams, where I am starting to see some heavier volume, slight slowdown. Whatever is happening here definitely clears up when you get past Vets and Metairie. I-610 to Canal Boulevard, free and clear, hardly anything to report there. But I do want to make sure that I'm giving you a wide-ranging view of what's happening out there. This is the Bonnie Carey Spillway, mile marker 210, mile marker 218, green light. You may see a little bit of congestion where I-55 southbound merges with I-10 eastbound, but for the most part this morning, things look good, except unless the folks driving towards the CBD. You're going to start to see that increase as I showed you with the Claiborne flyover. Now, I pulled up mile marker 217 at the crossover on the spillway because I had a creepy crawly. but it looks like they've gone out the way. So no problem spots, no congestion, no delays so far this morning. I'll be back with more you need to know before you go.
Brandi B, appreciate you.
Spots first on I-10 on the spillway, mile marker 214. I've got a stalled vehicle on the far right shoulder, so they're not in the lane of travel. And you see all those folks moving over to the left. High-rise bridge coming out of New Orleans East. We are starting to see some backups, but it's still 65 miles an hour to get you over the top of the bridge on the westbound side. Looking at the rest of the NO Metro, or excuse me, at the CBD, Claiborne flyover, you can see that volume is certainly starting to pick up on the westbound side as folks approach the Pontchartrain Expressway. Very typical for a weekday morning. NO Metro, much of the same. I-10 at Williams, I-610 and Canal Boulevard, volume still very light. Drive times are not that bad. Let's take a live look outside at I-55 at Manchac Tower. And I only had one boat who's already been launched. I don't see them in the water, but still, nonetheless, sending them some good vibes on this one.